the low back, right? But feel the belly rise as we inhale, horse, and then exhale, belly draws in and up. Using the hands if you need to kind of help encourage that belly to draw in and up. If you want to have the hands way down near the pubic bone, and you can kind of grab a hold of the pubic bone almost and help to almost tuck the pelvis, tilt the pelvis a little bit. So let's take 4 or 5 more breaths like that. With that, inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Feeling the exhale complete. Deeply exhale all the air out. One more breath. Awesome. And then let's bring attention into breathing into the rib cage. So kind of from the armpits down, or maybe even kind of feeling it through the hole, kind of right below the collarbones down, expanding 3-dimensionally as we inhale. So inhale that 3-dimensional. And then exhale. Oh my goodness, there's a mosquito in here. And exhale deeply, all the air out. So you can think of the rib cage kind of squeezing the lungs. And inhale, the lungs expand, the ribs expand. And exhale, the ribs draw together and the ribs draw together and the lungs deflate. So inhale, inflate. Exhale, deflate. Just do one more breath there. And then let's move into kind of the collarbone, and the back of the neck lengthens as we inhale. And as we exhale, just keeping that openness and feeling the shoulder blades just soften down the back. So inhaling just wide across the collars. Exhale, shoulder blades down. You can even kind of imagine pressing this upper part of the arm, like apart against a little, like as if someone was giving you some resistance here. You're going to kind of widen into that as you inhale, and then exhale, stay wide and all the air out. So the belly draws in and up as we exhale. And now you can think of maybe the ribs kind of deflating the front into the back. Does that make sense? So inhaling wide, exhaling, compress the air out. 2 or 3 more here. Getting longer, taller. I'm sorry, I'm a murderer. I think I got that mosquito though. And last breath. Nice. So kind of feeling like we're all connected into, kind of brought some awareness into the torso. Let's just come down to the legs, and we'll have you let's put the left hand and at the inner thigh, on the left inner thigh. So we'll imagine we've got a little, those of you who've got the movement, more power to you. Use that leg to push into the hand, and the hand back into the leg. Otherwise, we're going to imagine we're pressing. So we're going to just inhale and then exhale, press and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do 2 more on that side. And as we exhale, we're drawing that corset together. This corset around the waist, and this belly button is drawing in and up. Inhaling and exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. One more time. And nice. So hopefully you kind of feel some waking up in there. And then over to your other side. So pressing the hand and the thigh together. Inhale. Exhale, press. Inhale, release, fill. And exhale, press. 2, 3, 4, 5. Really feel that imagined pressure. And one more time to press. Beautiful. So hopefully you feel a little connection from the inner thighs up into the pelvic floor and the corset. Let's actually, for those of you who have that leg movement, we'll press, you can start with your left hand and press straight down into that knee or thigh. And we're gonna, as you exhale, we're gonna lift the heel and the thigh up into the hand, and the hand is gonna press down. So we'll inhale to prepare and exhale, lift and press. 2, 3, 4, 5, and release. And again, lift the heel if you can and press. 2, 3, 4, 5, and release. So you're sort of engaging your hip flexors, right, along with your core. And one more time. And press. 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. Over to the other side. So inhaling, exhale to press. Lifting that heel, lifting that thigh. Relax, Patrick. Yay! He made it. Okay, and again. So pressing the thigh into the hand and release. And one more time. Exhale to press. 2, 3, 4, 5, and release. Nice. So integrated that lower body up into the core the best that we can. Let's just do some nice shoulder rolls now. So rolling the shoulders up, squeeze them together back and down. Really, again, feel the arms are pushing up as well, right? The head of the arm bone is coming up and it's moving back. And then the shoulder blade is floating down. Let's think of, I don't really focus on the head of the arm bone a lot when we do these, but just really feel that head of the arm bone pushing up and then drawing back and down. And we'll couple more here, just enjoy those. And let's do one at a time. Let's do like 5 on one side, feeling that arm bone and shoulder blade. The shoulder is such this complicated joint. So much going on with it. Let's go to the other side, up, back, and around and down. Up, back, and around and down. And nice. And good. And then let's just do a few singles rolling forward. So stretching that shoulder blade wide away from the spine and really getting that little bit more of a stretch, trying to bring the side of the arm around to the front, like it's looking front. Let's do the other side. Look front. Look front. Nice. Be exaggerative. Is that a word? Exaggerate your movement. I like it. I like exaggerative. Who doesn't know what that means? Okay. Come on back. Just shake the shoulders out and kind of feel like you get some even movement there. And then let's just keep our nice, wonderful wide collars. Really spread the collars and then straight up. And then boom, gravity drops them down. Okay, so you won't come up as high as you do maybe when you do your rolls. Just straight up to the ears and then drop them down. Straight up to the ears and drop them down, staying nice and wide as we do these. And down. And down. Beautiful. Okay, so we're gonna now just roll those shoulders up, back, and down, and kind of keep them there as we do our little head. Actually, if you want your hands on your lap, you can. We'll do some little head nods. And let's really try and move as high up in the cervical spine as we can. So I like to think of that just about at where our ears are. And if you want, if it's helpful to you, you can use your hands to kind of create that movement, kind of hands around the ears or right at the jawline, kind of just tipping the head, almost like you're moving the top of the skull around the bottom of the skull. It's not really happening, but use your imagination. And just a small movement. The head is moving, it's retracting back. So you're getting, you might get a little stretch in the back. But when we have this small movement, it usually gives us a little more, it relaxes the rest of the neck muscles a little. Good, so let's find that small little movement again and stay retracted back and just with as much ease as you can, turn and look right. And then back to center. So we can inhale and turn and look left. And back to center. And if we can just, again, imagine that there's someone behind us telling a secret. And we want to hear it. So we're just going to kind of turn our head a little bit, right? And try and be as quiet and coy about it. The head is just spinning around this long central axis. You're not going as far as you can go. But again, you might feel just some nice softening and relaxation in the neck and the scalenes. Just nice, easy movements. And then we'll go ahead and this time we'll turn and look. And then eyeballs are going to bring us further around. So now you're taking as far as you can. Eyes, look and try and find something behind you to kind of name. And then keep your head where it is. Bring your eyes around forward and around. And then you bring your eyes back. Maybe you see something beyond. And then bring your eyes forward. And your head comes forward to meet that. And then again, so we'll look over the opposite shoulder, staying wide across the shoulder to shoulder. Eyeballs, find something, name it, remember it, keep your head where it is. Bring your eyes back around to the front and around. And then bring the eyes back over the shoulder again. Maybe you see something a little further behind you. And then bringing the eyes forward to bring the head forward. Lovely. Okay, let's do a little ear to shoulder. Ear to shoulder. And so we can do it with just the head moving. Ear to shoulder. You can reach that opposite arm out and we'll hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. Really lengthening through it. So you're getting a stretch. You can also hold on to the side of your chair if that feels more like it. Come back to center and we'll do the same on the other side. Ear to shoulder. Take a few breaths there. And back to center. And then let's just, if you're able to lift that arm up and you can side bend over and reach. And then turn and look kind of behind you. So if you've got the left arm up, side bending left, you're going to look over your right shoulder and up and behind you. And then you can kind of rearrange yourself and side bend and look in towards the armpit. And I definitely like to hold on to my chair here. Nice. And release that. So let's do that on the other side. So bringing the ear to shoulder. And nice little more aggressive stretch, and then turn and look up and behind us. So that and then look down in towards, like you're looking under the armpit. Maybe you're getting there. Nice. Awesome. So let's just do some little cervical circles here. So we'll imagine the end of our nose, it's got a paintbrush on it. And we're going to just drop the chin a little and then paint a circle around. And you can just play with that circle. Start small, maybe make it a little bit bigger. Kind of find where it feels the best. And then we'll pause. And then same thing, let's go the other direction. And just enjoying, savoring, luxuriating in that movement. Nice. All right, guys. So just maintaining this sense of length, this long plumb line, crown of the head towards the ceiling, head on top of the spine. We'll make sure those shoulders are nice and open. Roll the arms so the palms are up. We're going to inhale into a big V and exhale, press down as if we're moving through some resistance, right? Some thick air, foggy, thick air, and press through. Do you guys have smoke in Brooklyn? Yeah. Let's pulse the breath. So we'll inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. As we exhale down, remember we want to just hug. So hug the arms into your chair or your hips so you really feel something engage here, right? Up, up, down, hug, up, down, hug, up, down. Hug one more. Nice. Let's go ahead and bring the elbows into our side and just kind of connect into those external rotators, just to really help us stay nice and open. And if you want to have a pillow or a towel underneath the armpit, you can, but you don't have to, but you're thinking about hugging those arms into the side body, and we're gonna press as if we're pressing against some resistance. And then bring it back in as if you're still holding that resistance, and open. And then bring it back. Good. Rotating that upper arm bone, right? And back. Let's just flip the palms up towards your face and open. And back into center. And inhale, open. Back into center. And one more time. And center. Flip our palms down. Inhale, open. And center. Still like we're slicing through some heavy fog. And nice, one more time. And back down. Nice. Beautiful. Okay. Inhale, bring that right arm up. Reach the left arm down on the exhale. 3 breaths here, reaching in opposite directions, staying on a long central axis. And then bring that arm down. And inhale the other arm up. Exhale, reach. 3 breaths. Lengthening, reaching, really active, right? And bringing it down. This time we'll bring that right arm up. Side bend over. It might be just this much. Might be a little bit more. Keep your hip anchored or your foot anchored or your rib, the lower rib kind of drawing down. So we have some opposition of the hand reaching, creating some opening on that left side. Taking a few breaths, feeling the left shoulder blade really lift up. And then let's rotate the arm so that the palm is towards the face. And let's just reach that arm as far away from the body as and on diagonal, we bring it around. Nice. Let's do that on the other side. Actually, take a moment and just notice, how that feels from side to side now? Do you feel like that side got a little more opened up in the back around the shoulder blade area? I always do. So if not, then play with the breath a little bit more around in the shoulder blade and see if you can just like use the breath to kind of get in between the shoulder blade and the ribs and get rid of the stickiness that it can come into that. So we'll bring the other arm up. Nice. Reaching and then a little side bend. Doesn't have to be a lot. Stay grounded in that hip, that left hip. Using the breath just to open. And now we're going to rotate that arm. Again, sweeping it diagonally back into that starting place. Awesome. Let's see where our time is at here. And good. Let's do that one more time to each side. So bringing the arm up and side bend it over. Breathe into that side body. Breathe underneath the ribs. And then rotate, reaching. Maybe you can reach a little further and feel a little more movement. And then back to that center line. And onto the other arm. Reach. Side bend. Three breaths is usually nice. Take more though if you want. And then we'll reach, rotating that arm, sweep it around, and nice. Do both of your, does everyone's shoulders feel the same, or do you have like one side that's stickier? I have one side that's stickier. My right side is a lot stickier. So I'm always, that one kind of gets it kind of opened up a little bit more. Let's go ahead and grab our bands if you have them. And if you don't, no worries. You don't absolutely have to. I'm going to grab a little sip of my water too. Okay. So sweet. So let's grab our band and we'll do a little external rotation now with true resistance. And if you don't have the band, then you can do what we did earlier, right? So make sure those shoulder blades are in place. So roll them up, back, and down. Elbows are reaching down towards the floor. And we're just gonna pull apart and then control back in. So pull apart and control. Keep the elbows into your side. Imagine that you're holding a towel kind of in between the arm and the side body. So you're squeezing that towel. Yeah, it looks like, okay, great. It looks like you're set now. Yeah, you want to have it, you want to make sure you give yourself enough resistance, but our external rotators are not always that strong of a muscle group. So we don't want to give it too much that we can't do it. So we're going to open. We'll do 10. And that's 9. And 8. Keeping those elbows hugging in at the side and chest lifted, collarbones wide. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we'll hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release that.
Can I ask a question?
Oh yeah.
Are the red ones harder than I have blue and green?
Well, the green is easier than the blue usually.
Right.
Typically for most TheraBands, but and typically the yellow is easier, but then I've run into some yellows that are stiff. I think just the different companies. But the red is usually, it's usually yellow and then red and then green and then blue and then red.
Oh, okay.
So but you can, you can just make it a smaller range of motion. That's okay.
Oh, okay.
Right, so you don't have to go to your full range of motion. And actually what we can do here is, so I think you did it at about that range of motion right there when you were doing it, huh?
I think so.
Earlier, yeah. So let's all do this, just make it a little looser. And then we can open and work kind of to our full range, right? We can work to our end range if it's looser, and then back. So let's just come in to the kind of where the band. So that's kind of a fun question that you asked. So we got looser, so starting out wider, and then we're going to open up wider. And then you're just going to come back to that point, like right before the tension ends, right? Pull apart and pull apart. And pull apart and pull apart. And let's do 4 more. 3, 2, 1, and hold. 2. Squeeze your shoulder blades back and down. Chest up and then release. So it's kind of nice to do them in different ranges like that. So thanks for asking that. All right, let's go ahead and do, let's use our band still, and we'll bring the band, just in front of the chest here. I don't know if I've done these with you just like this before. You don't have to have a band to do these, but if you do, kind of just gives you that more resistance. So you're going to press and keep the, so you're going to move your left arm. You're going to keep your left arm, your right arm still, and stable. And so the arm that's not moving is working just as hard as the other arm, right? So you're gonna reach and then pull in. Let's do 5 on one side and reach and pull. Keep the elbows high. Get those elbows up higher if you can, Suji. Maybe about as high as your shoulders or just like a little lower. Good, nice. One more on this side. And then over to the other side. Reach. 2. It's like you're punching that moving arm. Good. That looks good. Everybody can kind of relax down. And let's just turn the head and look and look. And you can look down and look up just to kind of make sure you're not creating a lot of tension in the neck. Sweet. So let's do that same thing, only now we're gonna alternate and we're gonna maybe move at a little quicker pace. We'll see, you know, I want you to keep your form, right? So keep the corset engaged best you can. And we're gonna punch, punch, punch. Elbows high if you can. Punch, 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 punch. Nice. Let's do 3 more to each side. 2, 2, 1, 1. Whew, those are good. I think they are. So nice work, guys. Let's go ahead and let's just bring one arm up now. Reach, and then we're gonna glide down the body like we're pressing through water at the bottom, pressing water. So it's almost like a little half breaststroke. We're gonna reach up, down, and press through. Reach up, down, and press through. This next couple, if you want to add a side bend into it, you can press through. Up and over and press through. One more. And over to the other side. So bring it up and press through. Inhale up and press through. And then again, if you want to add the side bend, you can, you don't have to. Side bending the whole spine or as much of the spine that you're able to. One more, I think. Beautiful. Now let's do that same motion, but we'll do both arms together and we'll actually do some switching of directions. So we're going to sweep up, bring the fingertips together, glide down, press through. Inhale up and glide down, press through. And one more in this direction and press through. Nice. And then we'll slide the hands up. Hands are facing behind us. They slide up the body and reach up and then pull ourselves through water here. It is truly the breaststroke now. Nice. One more. Beautiful. Okay, let's just go right into bringing the left arm up and then over to the opposite knee. Slide down that thigh or the side of your chair. If you want, you can reach a hand behind you or you can put a hand on your chair back. Look behind you. Take a breath. Exhale deeply and all the air out. Inhale. Exhale deeply. And nice. And bring it all the way up. And then let's do that on the other side. So sweep it over, cross, nice Suchit. And if you want, you can reach and 3 deep breaths here. Inhale. Exhale deeply, belly button to spine. Pull the ribs in. Inhale into the back of the ribs. Exhale, pull the ribs in. One more breath. And bringing that up. I'm going to have you guys do that one more time on each side, and I want to watch you. Okay, so you're going to inhale, bring that arm up and over to the opposite side. Pull the belly in, slide down the chair best you can with whatever movement you have. And then 3 breaths. Inhale, inhale into the back of the rib cage. And then if you are able to, you can look at that hand behind you. Exhale, pull the belly in, pull the ribs in. And then slide yourself up and take it over to the other side. So glide down and inhale into the back body. Good. So you've got your right arm up and over towards your left, kind of onto your left thigh. So down low, you're reaching down towards the floor. Yeah, pull the belly in and exhale deeply, all the air out. Nice. And then bringing yourself back up. So when you're doing that, we're really trying to, you're working with your core, you're getting into your obliques a little bit more, you're getting this nice rotation in your spine, and you're opening up your back a little bit more with your breath. So, good. Well, let's go ahead now and, we'll do a quick little hundreds. How's that? And then we'll do some hand stuff. So, staying nice and long and tall. Or you can curl head, neck, and shoulders kind of forward, really engaging the corset, the belly, pulling that belly in. You don't want to just crank the neck forward. We want it to be more of a kind of the continuous line with the spine. So if you have a higher injury, I suggest staying just in a vertical line. And we're going to inhale for 5 counts. So parsing your breath out, really thinking about not grabbing all the air at once, right? And then exhale, parsing your breath out. So 5 counts there, but make sure you've really emptied everything completely by the end of that. You guys ready? Okay, so let's take 1 deep inhale, and then we'll start exhaling 5 counts. So inhaling and exhaling, pumping the arms. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if you're laying on the floor, like Sujit is, you can curl your head, neck, and shoulder blades up off the mat if you wish, or you can keep flat on the mat. There you go. Belly's engaged more now, huh? Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more little sets. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. And out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice, beautiful. Okay. Let's actually grab your band again, and we'll just do some fun hand stuff for our hands here for extension. So you're gonna kind of put your fingernails or your tips of your fingers in the middle of your band here. Then you're gonna grab a hold with your other hand. And we're gonna reach that hand out forward. I'm going to lower my hand down just because I lose in my balance. And then we're just going to extend through those fingers. So I'm going to tip my screen so that you guys can see what my hand is doing a little better. And let's you guys can kind of come back in and we'll do that again. So you're sort of in what I call like a bird beak position to start with. And then you're going to just stretch out and extend those fingers and then just bend them a little bit and then extend out those fingers and bend them a little bit, reaching the fingers and spreading the fingers. And 2 more. And 1. Nice. Let's do those on the other side. Just kind of a nice little hand, kind of connect into the arm movement. So you're on the other side now. Kind of start with that little hand as a bird beak and then stretch out and reach. And we're reaching, and then you can just bend the fingers a tiny bit and then extend again. And bend and extend. And bend and extend. And oh, nice. 2 more. And extend. And 1 last one. And extend. Nicely done. So wonderful. We shall finish up there. And